Welcome back, 2018 NXL Chicago Open. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Rich Telford, and just a couple sets remain here. Friday's prelim action is going to be Edmonton Impact, the #1 team on planet Earth, and they are taking the field against the Los Angeles Ironmen. This is both of these squads' first matches at this event. The Ironmen had a much better showing at the last event, Rich, in Atlantic City. Also, we're going to see Tampa Bay Damage take the field for their first game here at this tournament. And Uprising, they already have a win against Green Bay Boom. So, Rich, what do you think about Impact Ironman? I really did feel the Ironman looked a lot better at the last event. They made Sunday. Yeah, they got knocked out early on in Sunday. But the way that they were playing, it looked like they'd finally got it together.
I agree. Unfortunately, the Ironmen have a lot to prove, right? Because they did look like they were getting it together, but they got to be able to do that a couple of events in a row.
Yes.
And unfortunately, coming out against a team like Impact, it's tough to kind of get your footing, right? So obviously, you know, well, I hope they do super well. I hope they're getting consistent, but this is a tough test.
The Ironmen are my dark horse to win this event. I know that it's kind of a little bit of a long shot considering how they've played up to this moment, and they are in the bracket of death. It's Impact, Damage, Ironmen, Uprising, and Boom. But if the Ironmen, with the roster they have, I mean, they did not put that team together to be a mediocre pro team.
No.
They put those guys together because they feel that that could be the winning ticket, and they did look so much better at the last event.
I agree.
And they've gotten a ton of time now. Well, not a ton, but they've gotten a lot more.
Some time.
They've gotten some time. Because when you go back, I was talking to Todd about this before this tournament, and he said, look, you know, heading into event 2, we literally only played together for maybe 11 days of paintball total, you know, trying to go against these teams. Some of them haven't changed their roster in a full year.
5 years.
Yeah, or 5 years.
X Factor.
San Antonio X Factor, and we're having to contend with these guys. Now, yeah, we know that's obviously what's confronting us, so we're not shying away from that. It's not an excuse, it's more an explanation. But I do feel that if the Ironman with Greg Sewers on the D side, as aggressive as this field plays, the way Kyle Spica has played that snake side at the last event, stacking up those 4 and 5 packs, and I really do feel that they could get a really decent chance if they can make it out of the bracket. We've already seen some upsets here at this event. If you're just tuning in, New York Extreme just beat San Antonio X Factor.
Handily.
And Seattle Thunder beat San Diego Dynasty.
Handily.
Yeah, so it's totally possible. We had talked about that too in the pre-show. If there's going to be an upset, this is the field layout where it could potentially happen, and we've already seen 2 huge upsets. I mean, when you looked at the fan wagon predictions, it was like 95-5, 93-8, or 92-8. It was ridiculous for X Factor and Dynasty over Thunder and NYX. So if the Ironmen can get through Impact, I think they have a decent chance.
Yeah, and well, you know, we talk about Impact kind of being a little bit of a defensive team and the Ironmen kind of being an aggressive team. So stylistically, this field might, you know, go towards the Ironmen if they're able to come out here and play aggressively. Ironmen don't send anyone on the snake side of the field to attack, though.
They sent Reeser up there, but Reeser got shot off the break. So Reeser taking the walk off the break for the Los Angeles Ironmen. It looks like getting the start is Alex Goldman. So Alex Goldman, first to go for Edmonton Impact. I talked to Alex, a pretty decently long conversation with Alex during their practice session, kind of breaking the field down, breaking the stake down, how he felt. It was just great to hear that his shoulder feels as strong as it's felt all year long. And that is scary for his opponents because this is a tailor-made layout for Alex Goldman to feast.
Yeah, well, if he goes that inside-out route and takes that 50 on the break, he could easily be up there 2 or 3 seconds before guys are expecting him to be up there.
Here he comes. Alex Goldman gets 1, he gets 2, he stays alive and goes right onto the Ironman side of the field. I think he did get clipped, though, as Bobby Avilas doing damage control gets out, but not before Alex Goldman gets his 2 kills. And that's exactly what we were just talking about. Look how quick that happened.
Yep, no hesitation. Once it's time, he drops the hammer, it's over with. Impact now with 3 players against Ironman with 2 players. They got Bobby Avila in the snake corner and Greg Sewers on the inside of Dorito over there. Ironman lose Bobby out of the corner there and they're leaving just Greg now in a 3-on-1 or 1-on-3, tough situation.
Now, there are some injuries, unfortunately, for Edmonton Impact. Zach Yakimek, he injured his groin, pulled his groin, so he is not going to be out here. But they have probably, well, it's not even probably or arguably, they have the deepest roster in professional paintball. So they do not have Zach Yakimek, and also Joshua Met came back out of retirement, but then he hurt his back. So that is unfortunate that he came back.
That's what happens when you're carrying the team, man.
Well, he did have a really good event at the last event and was getting some spins out there and doing very well in those spins. It looked like he hadn't missed any time at all, but I think he has a herniated disc in his back. I can't remember exactly if that's the injury, but yeah, no Yakimek, no Wilmette. And Zach Yakimek is a former MVP award winner, but Nick Laval playing very well right behind Goldman over here. So
plenty of depth on Impact.
Lots of options for Edmonton Impact, and right now Uprising going to be trying to get their second win against Tampa Bay Damage. Man, I had a really good talk with Chad Bougier, and he was brutally honest about what he felt his team needed to do to get back and be a team that could be threatening for a win. And it looks like they are going to be losing 2 bodies pretty quick here off the break and actually make that 3. So this is not a good break. They do shoot 1 body though, Rich.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's Uprising loses another body. I think it's a 3-on-2 situation.
Matty Olsevik for Uprising was on fire in that first game.
Oh.
And he just gets,
wow.
Oh, it looks like he's able to get a shot on Holiday and stay alive.
That was crazy.
But here comes Tim Montresor. Montresor running through, has to trade his body to do it.
That's it.
Matty Olsevik still alive over here.
Yep, 2 Uprising players left alive, nobody for damage. Fast first point. A little bit chaotic there in the middle.
So Matty Olsevik wearing the Graham Arnold jersey. Walking off, another great point for him.
Yeah, he got in that point kind of late, but got up in that 50. It was that first play over that Dorito side 50 that really did the damage.
Yeah, it's better late than never.
That's right, brother. That's right.
Edmonton Impact, a pretty decent favorite over Los Angeles Ironmen. I actually think that is a pretty legit spread right there. I was actually talking with Sina, one of our awesome producers and content creators, and he'd love talking about the lines on all these teams, and we thought maybe 3-1, 4-1 was going to be a pretty fair line in this game with Ironman and Impact. So I think I'm glad that the crowd also agrees with us. Tampa Bay Damage, right around the same with the favorite over Uprising, 74-26. Also, hope you got your picks in. Guns are at stake, and also remember to get your picks in for the Sunday Club, as you can now play fantasy paintball on Sunday. So here on the breakout, Edmonton Impact sending Keith Brown this time here into the snake.
Yeah, both teams take snake on the break. Ironmen lose 1 player. Ironman to the 50 snake first. Ironman loses 2nd player.
Kyle Spica able to get to the 50 snake. Refs checking out one of the players from Edmonton Impact. I think that is Zane Yakimek, and he's going to come off.
Unfortunately, there's only 2 players left alive for Ironman. It's Spica over here in the 50 snake, and it looks like Greg Sewers in the drill side of the field. 4-on-2 situation, or 4-on-3. Impact loses another body, so 2-on-3 situation. Impact with 1 more body than the Ironman.
Kyle Spica trying to pick up Justin Cornell, who tries to get across to do damage control after they lost Zane, but Cornell able to make it across. Spica back at the wedge, now back to the 50, and he's just going to fully commit. He's going to get Keith and stay alive.
Wow.
But then Rainey is going to come
Amazing
through,
timing.
and Rainey is going to come and collide actually with Spica. It looks like Spica just took a tank to the face, and unfortunately and Rainey has to trade out. Rainey, I hope that his knee's okay, as Rainey hurt his knee at the Iron City Open, or Iron City Classic in the first game.
Wow, and Greg Sewers and the last Impact player trade out.
So a no point. This is actually not, as considering how things were going for the Ironman, even though that was a beautiful move from Kyle Spica.
Timing was exceptional.
So as we were talking about Goldman and Keith and how well those guys and how quickly they can get off the races, I mean, that's why the Ironman, well, not just the Ironman, I mean, Kyle Spica was one of the biggest free agents on the market at the end of last season. He had 3 or 4 teams going after him and ended up deciding to stay in Southern California. Well, he lives there. He wasn't going to go move anywhere, but he decided to play with the SoCal team. You could see this move and the speed from Kyle Spica, but watch the reaction from Rainey Stanzik. He's become such a crucial player, and he comes up and over the top, and they trade out with each other. And actually, I think Spica just took the loader to the face, but you see him come over. You see the collision here. Spica gets the gun right into the face. At least he's wearing the max, so it should be fine. He's going to shake that off.
It's aggressive sport. Things happen.
Yeah, and again, I'm just glad that Rainey's walking off of that. He looked like he was grabbing at his leg a little bit, but
well, and I like what Rainey did there. He saw what happened, and there was really no choice, right? Mm-hmm. You don't want to do it, but you got to go get up and go get that guy because he's on your side of the field in the snake, and he knew he was going to trade. He made the right move.
Now on the breakout, back in this game with Tampa Bay Damage.
Well, Tampa Bay with short breakout on snake side. Both of their guys held up short. They lost their first player.
Well, and they lose Silos Cortez. So Silos he's got, look, Jacob's great over here on the snake side of the field, but they can't just have Jacob. Silos is going to have to break out of his cocoon. I'm a believer in that kid's talent. He's got a great attitude and he's fired up to try to prove himself. Coming off early, though, unfortunately, in this point.
Damage up to that 50 Dorito already. Can't see who it is, but he's over there rapping, putting pressure on the Uprising players. Uprising trying to cancel out by pushing snake side. 4-on-4. Oh, Damage loses another player on the Snake's drill side of the field. Only 3 players left alive for Damage now.
Yeah, it looks like Damage losing. That's Bougier coming off.
Great shot of Olsen backing way off of the Snake there, shooting across, trying to get that left 50 shot out. Can't hear a lot of communication going out there. Damage filling the snake now. Nobody saw it from Uprising.
4 bodies alive still for Uprising, and here comes Olsvik. Matty Olsvik getting into the 50.
And he's really looking to try to find a shot on that left 50. He tried backing way off. He tried going forward. Oh.
Well, here comes the move by Tim Montressor past the 50 on the D side of the field. Wasn't able to pick up Olsvik. Olsvik's now pretty much on Damage's side of the field and blocking out that spot. And it looks like Tim did get picked up. And there's a nice kill crossfield by Olsvik, and then he's going to come through and dice up. Is that Darula? I think that was. And then we're going to see a minor penalty.
Against Damage, I believe.
Yeah, and that was Matt Darula.
So they'll probably be starting with 4. Not a good penalty.
Well, Matty Olsvik taking out Matt Darula. The battle of the mats over here on the snake side of the field, and Matty Olsvik is the one who's able to take that. This game brought to you by Carbon Paintball. Head to carbonpaintball.com. Industry-leading technical garments, the best of the best, as the people behind the product line for Carbon been making paintball products for lots of other paintball companies for over a decade, then combining their talents and bringing you their line of high-level paintball products. Head to carbonpaintball.com. But yeah, how good does Matty Olsvik look over here?
Real good. Real good. Timing's good. So he's playing aggressive. He's changing up his time, the time, so he's not going early every time. He's not going late every time. Sometimes he goes outside. Sometimes he goes inside. But every game he's consistently, making an impact on that snake side
Yeah,
field.
I mean, Tucker's had some good spins over here too. So putting up a real good fight on this snake side. One of the reasons that they were able to take down Boom, even though Boom put up some fight at the end of that one.
Yeah, they should have started the match the way they finished the match.
Absolutely. Hopefully Boom takes
hard,
a note of that when they come and play
Impact.
Impact.
If you're an up-and-coming team, you don't want to go out and kind of play recklessly, because then it's so hard to figure out what you're doing wrong. If it works, it's great. But if it doesn't work, you're like, well, how do we fix this now? Because we've just been going crazy out there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Impact with a 1-point lead here. Good breakout from both teams. Ironman take the snake first.
Yeah, Ironman gets Spica, who shook off that little collision that he had with Rainey, and he's going to go right into the 50, getting low.
Impact loses their first player on the drill side of the field.
Yeah, it looks like that is Dalton Vanderbilt, an MVP from the last event, and their victory comes off. One of those just standard brutalizers for Edmonton Impact on that side, so that's a big kill for the Ironmen.
Yeah, and Ironmen are pushing up. They've got 2 up here in the 50 snake now, one kind of on the tape, one inside a little bit. Impact have 2 players in the snake side field, 1 in the center field, 1 on the rear side field, down by 1 player. 5-on-4, Ironman with a slight advantage, both with 1 more body and field position, but Impact's up by 1 point.
Yeah, because of that no point.
Yeah, that was a weird point,
It was a really weird point. We've seen a lot of really weird points out here so far.
As the day goes on, the refs get a little bit more and more tired. Like Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, you're going to see some crazy stuff.
Looks like, is that Reeser or Golding? I think that's Reeser in there with Kyle Spica. Just took a bouncer to his face. It was Trevor Reeser. Oh, another kill here. Nice work, as the Ironmen look pretty good.
Yeah. 4 players now for the Ironmen on the 40-yard line or forward.
Oh, is that Zach coming off? I think that is Zach. So Zach looks like he's playing through his injury. Yeah, that's Zach Yakimek. I thought Zach Yakimek, we weren't going to see him.
He's a tough kid.
Yeah, so that's some gumption on Zach Yakimek playing with his, as he pulled his groin, but playing through the pain.
Yeah, 2 Impact players, 1 here in the snake. It looks like, is that Mouse in the snake?
Yeah, it's Mouse.
Mouse in the snake and someone in the center field in that little temple zoning up. They're both in real tough positions with 5 Ironman player left alive. Ironman need to put a lot more pressure on Impact and drop the hammer. If they can't play better 5-on-2 than this, well, they're not going to win this tournament.
Bobby is definitely talking it up, so it's not a lack of communication, but yeah, they are locked up here. They need to get Greg to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, well, there's, like I said, there's, it's 2-on-5, unless I'm missing a body out there somewhere. There might be, maybe there's a guy in the Dorito over there.
I think there's a guy in D1.
That's probably what it is. But still, 5-on-3,
yeah, D1.
They've got to make some moves.
Yeah, so I do understand a little bit more. You're a player in D1, Aztec in the center, and Mouse over here in Snake 1. Still 5 players alive for the Ironmen, trying to work out a body in the center, and they do. Nice kill for Los Angeles Ironmen.
I think they've all taken a walk.
Goldman. Oh, it looks like Goldman's going to get a kill on Trevor Reeser, but Impact is going to concede the point. And now we got a tie ball game here.
Yeah, I would have liked to. I like the way the Ironmen started that game. I would have liked to have seen, once they dropped those 2 bodies, for them to play not reckless, but more aggressively. Risk a body over there on the Drea side, maybe risk a guy up the middle,
I think it kind of goes to what you were saying before about how with Boom didn't come out super reckless, even though the recklessness is working for everybody out here. But they also knew they had a little bit of an advantage and didn't want to squander it. They knew they were down by 1, just trying to make extra sure that they were, tight in their bunkers. And we're going to take a look here in the pits with Dave Baines, Bart Yakimek, and the rest of the boys from Edmonton Impact tied up here with the Ironmen.
300 Holiday.
10 seconds.
Heading into the next point here with Uprising and Tampa Bay Damage.
Looks like Damage is starting with 4. Is 3 or 4? Damage starts with 3, man. That's a tough penalty at the end of that point.
Yeah, point was, or that penalty was on Jarula, but they are.
Matt's a smart kid.
Yeah, they are just aggressively pushing forward. All 3 players live, and here comes Holiday. Look at Holiday dicing up bodies. Dan Holiday going to town with Tim Montresor.
Winning the 5-on-3. Great job, Damage. Holiday just had an amazing game.
Wow, that is not only one of the quickest points we've seen, but like you just said, they started with 3 guys.
Yeah, I don't know if he ever stopped. He just kind of jogged from the starting station to the 50 to their flag.
Jacob Edwards, Tim Montresor, who's having a great year. Jacob's having a great year, and Dan Holiday's still one of the fastest out there. I mean, Dan Holiday was just blazing his gun, running and gunning all the way to the 50. Same with Tim. Tim comes off and
fired up.
Tim's fired up. But that's how you get the momentum back for your team.
Hey, man, that's what you got to do, man. You got to go out and punch him in the face. Then they got to get up and punch you in the face and see what's going on. Ironman coming out. They look like they're determined.
30 seconds.
Well, that was a huge point for Damage. If they had lost that one, and typically you lose a 3-on-5.
Right.
That would have put them down 3. Now on this quick layout, a 3-point spread's not nearly as big as it typically is, but man,
this field might be the stat killer.
Yeah, right. That's gonna skew those 3-0 runs.
Numbers, yeah.
But
I'd like to see the Ironmen turn it on right now. Impact's got to do something different.
Yeah, that's a head shaker for Uprising. 1-1 right now, tied up, under 10 minutes to go. Ironman in the red and black on your right-hand side, Impact on your left.
Yeah, Impact doesn't really go anywhere. They shoot really, really heavy.
The referee is trying to call a kill on the Ironman on the Snake, and it is Kyle Spica. Might see a penalty. And there goes another body coming off. Not looking good right now for the Ironmen as they lose Bobby Avilas. They lose Kyle Spica.
Yeah.
Justin Cornell over here playing the Snake side. That's unique. He's a D-side specialist.
Yeah.
But it's Justin Cornell, man.
Yeah,
sure he'll just be just fine over here.
Ironmen do get to that Dorito side 50. He's looking inside.
Justin Cornell coming into the Snake. The one thing I am wondering, with not worried about Justin's skill level, he's won an MVP award not too long ago, but
yeah,
I don't know how many spins he got on the Snake side. That's what I'm interested to. But he's got Keith Brown right beside him.
Between the two of them, they'll probably be okay.
Yeah. Again, Justin Cornell we're talking about.
Yeah, and the Ironman players all the way in the Snake corner, kind of playing defensively, so they don't have a lot of pressure being put on them. He should have plenty of time at this point to kind of figure out this spot.
8
Greg
minutes.
Sewers is going crazy over there in that Dorito 50, just trying to get a kill on anyone on the Impact side of the field.
Still 5 players alive for Edmonton Impact. Justin Cornell and Keith Brown here in the Snake structure. Keith at the wedge. JC at the 50-yard line. And then they have a body in D1.
Greg gets shot out of that 50 Dorito. Ironman down to just 2 bodies left alive.
I mean, we have seen some low body wins out here. The one Damage just did. Dynasty pulled off a 2-on-4.
Yeah.
With, I think it was Marcelo and Blake. And then Chad George pulled off a 1-on-4.
Yeah.
Believe
But I
it or
feel
not.
like those big games that are getting won like that, they're being won by guys playing aggressively, right? Going forward, making big moves and pulling off, 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s, 4-on-1s. But if you sit in the back and try to hide, 4-on-1s is going to be tough out here.
Yeah, so the Ironmen dropping that point.
Well, Greg just couldn't, he got to that 50 early, but Impact played so tight and there was no one pressuring on the Snake side of the field. So all those guys on the Dorito side of the field were living on the Snake side of the bunker, and there was no pressure to pushing them back into Greg's gun. So Greg had the spot, he just couldn't get any kills.
Impact so good at that situational awareness, so good at the communication. As soon as they knew that they went up some bodies on the Ironman and they had Greg in a crucial spot, and Greg was wiling out in there, and rightfully so. He's down bodies and trying to create some kills.
Yeah,
but you're right, they just kind of hid in there a little bit. Let the play develop.
They need to risk it and push up to that Snake side of the field and help Greg out over there. Because even if you lose, you got to try doing what you're supposed to be doing. See if Damage can win with 5 bodies.
Yeah, right. Damage able to keep 5 bodies alive, but so does Uprising.
Both teams 5 alive. Damage loses their first body early on the Snake side of the field.
Jacob Edwards.
They lose another one.
They're going to lose that second body with
And they lose
Jason.
another on the other side. Damage has only got 2 players left alive now against 5 Uprising players.
That's just his,
I think
it's like
Damage
that
should
head
just play with
scratcher.
3. Uprising loses their first player deep on the Drio side of the field. Uprising's looking for the 2 players on Damage. Not sure where they're at exactly.
Here comes a run through as Uprising comes through. Is he able to get a shot on Holiday? He does trade his body.
Yep, 2 buys left alive for Uprising.
Still alive over here.
Or 3 buys left alive for Uprising.
That was Tommy Tucker on the run through. Yeah, I mean, Uprising really won that point by winning those first 2 gun battles.
Yeah,
the
for sure.
Edwards brothers.
Yeah, you can't. Your back guys can't walk out. If you walk out on this field, you got to be walking out on that 50 or on that 40 trading out of body. You can't walk out by yourself.
It's
early.
kind of a head scratcher too. If you're damaged, you go out there. We just murdered those guys.
Why don't they always
3-on-5.
play with 3? They could cut their budget in half.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. We just won a 3-on-5, and now we go. I can't live for.
You guys are slowing us down.
Seconds.
You guys are slowing us down. You're sucking the game out of this area.
But why did they win that 3-on-5? They went aggressive.
They went aggressive. They ran from the back start to their corner and didn't stop shooting people.
You know, other than a few kind of situational awareness, conservative in the sense of you're up a couple bodies or there's a 3-on-3, I mean, we have not seen any teams be able to utilize defensive posture and be successful out here on this layout. It just hasn't happened yet. I don't even think it's happened one time.
I'm sure by Sunday,
I may be skipping a point here
I'm sure
or there,
by Sunday they'll start to bore us, but right now it's good, solid paintball. There's Mouse going right to the Snake 2 on the break.
Getting taken out, so the Ironman able to contain.
Yep. Another Impact player up in that Snake, though. Impact's playing aggressively this game with 2 players going Snake side.
So now they sent Alan Golding here for the Ironman as the 1 on the Snake side. Getting Kyle Spica a rest.
Yeah, you know, I don't like resting Spica. He's young, he's strong. Get him in there. You can rest tonight, you can rest tomorrow, evening, maybe Tuesday.
Golden looking for the crawl.
Yeah, it looks like Impact's just kind of sitting back, zoning up the field.
Yeah, but here it comes, almost a collision, and comes through. Nick Laval trades his body to take out Golding, and then here comes Bobby Avilas, quick on the fill.
And I like that if there's someone behind Nick to fill the Snake.
And he gets the kill.
Yeah, or if Impact's up by bodies. But if you're down on bodies and there's no one behind you, it's not good for Nick to go lose that body like that.
It really is looking like, okay, who's in position to retake that spot? Yes,
exactly.
The bunker moves are going to happen. Yeah, you're going to lose a couple guys attacking forward.
Second and
but
third
these
guys.
bunkers are so huge and so big, and there's so many angles from these spots. And here comes Damian Ryan, runs through, taking out Justin Rabikoff, and he's going to hit that buzzer.
Wow, Damian finally shot some. I mean, Justin was already hit, but Damian did get him too.
and Rich.
Good job,
just
Damian.
Will continue.
I just love him so much.
Yeah, I can tell.
Just want him to do good.
I like to see the fight in the Ironman, though.
Yeah, me too, man.
You know, we're talking about the bracket of death here with Impact Damage, the Ironman Uprising, and Boom all in one bracket. Though, depending, I mean, looking at how NYX is playing, I mean, the Heat, X Factor, Elevation, and Shock bracket, it really just, to be honest, when you look at the brackets, can the top teams continue to play like they normally do, and then how are those lower-ranked teams going to fare?
Where are they going to shake out?
With the way that Thunder is playing, that makes Dynasty and Russian Legion and Infamous's bracket a little bit more scary. And then with the way NYX is playing, that makes Heat, X Factor, Elevation, but Elevation got torn to pieces by Heat.
They're all scary.
Yeah, we're talking about
this
pro
is big ball.
Yeah.
This is big boy ball here.
I just like to see the parity in the league, man.
I just like to see it.
I like to see that some of these younger teams are getting
me
better.
too, man. Because it gives you more hope for the future of the league, right? And the future of the sport. We need new, young, up-and-coming teams playing better and pushing the older guys to play better themselves and push themselves harder.
It also creates a more fascinating story as to who are going to be the new pro teams. Damage getting eaten up a little bit here by Uprising.
Early. Lost 2 over here on the Snake side already.
But you're looking at the semi-pro division, right? You have Mutiny and you have Aftermath chomping at the bit to become pro teams.
And both of those teams are close, right? To where they, if they come, they're not just going to be a bottom-ranked team.
Yeah, they're ranked 1 and 2 right now. Even though it looked like Aftermath had a little bit of a falter. I think they took 5th.
Yeah.
At the last event.
Yeah. AC was tough for him, I think.
Yeah, Colorado Blitz knocked him out in the quarterfinals, but.
Damage is down to 3 players left alive, and the problem for Damage is they've got 3 players left across the back of the field, and like we keep saying over and over, it's real hard to win from these back bunkers. I mean, if you're not on that 40 or 50, the angles aren't real good.
Yeah, I didn't have, when I was trying to do my homework before this event, talked about this morning, but really no team was telling me, yeah, we figured out this awesome defensive play.
We got it locked down.
5 across the back, in the pocket, crossing it up.
Locked down.
Nobody was telling me. That's not what I was hearing.
That's good, though, man. That's good for paintball. I'd like to see Uprising push a little harder. It's 5-on-3. They don't have anyone kind of push on that D side of the field. You got to pressure both tapes.
9 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Still a lot of time left. Ooh, it looks like Olsevik that's the first time we've seen him die out of his bunker like that.
It's because he's hiding in the back. If he'd have been up there in the front, he probably would have shot 4 guys at least. Yeah. All right, there we go. Now we've got Uprising on both 50s. Up by 1 body. Up by 1 point. 9 and 20 left. Damage is dug in tight, though. They're top level pro guys. They've been here before. They're not scared. They're not going to make any big mistakes. Uprising's just got to get together and pick on one guy at the same time from both tapes, like that can. Oh, and they get the G off the drill side of the field. Now only 2 damage players left alive.
Here comes Olsen.
Oh,
but Olsen catches one. Getting a little sloppy here on the attack.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, Uprising can't go lightly just because they're up on bodies. Damage is too good, and they've got too good players.
Borromeo fills up, though. Jacob trying to salvage this point as he comes through. Tries to get the drop on the Snake player. He does, and I thought he stayed alive for a second, but Jacob comes off as well.
Is it 1-on-1 or 2-on-1 now?
Well, Jason Edwards is in the backfield right now.
Yeah, I think it's 1-on-1.
Jason Edwards gets shot by Borromeo. And that should do it. I think you're right, Rich. Lots of bodies coming off there for both teams, but
Damage should concede this point.
Actually, that is not Borromeo. I think that is Creek.
Oh, there's one more, and Tommy Tucker's out there still too.
Yeah, so there's Borromeo. And was Borromeo still alive? Yeah, so Borromeo was still alive, I think, and with Creek over there. So there's Borromeo on your screen, but he didn't hit the buzzer. Pretty sure Creek hit the buzzer. Regardless, point going to Uprising and starting to not look good for Tampa Bay Damage.
Yeah, and Damage didn't even concede that point. They probably lost an extra 30 or 40 seconds waiting for them to go, ring the buzzer instead of just conceding it and saving that clock. And they were so fired up a couple points ago. Remember Tim going back in the box after that 3-on-5?
Yeah, I thought maybe
they had the momentum for a second.
Yeah, they won that 3-on-5, which was ridiculous. And
ridiculous.
They came off. Everyone was fired up, but just small mistakes out here.
10 seconds.
They immediately came out after that point, lost 2 bodies real quick.
Yeah, and then here we go. Ironman Impact, 2-2, 7 minutes left. Pretty good match, back and forth. I think out of the 2 teams, Impact's probably doing better on the breakout.
JC makes a pretty big bite, trying to get to the wedge. He makes it in clean. Another big bite here from the Ironman. Kyle Spicka's going to come around. He's going to dice up JC and beg for a penalty, which he's not going to get. Nope. And then here comes Trevor Reeser filling in. So the Ironmen are continuing to flood bodies through this most important side of the field. I love that Trevor was immediately in the snake. And they've got one in the snake corner to fill if Trevor goes down. Ironmen are committing, it looks like, 3 guys to go through the snake, and I think that's what it's going to take. It's going to take 3 guys to go through the snake and 1 or 2 guys to go through the drill side of the field. There's Bobby Villas backing up Trevor Reeser. Bobby Big Gun Avias. Oh, there's a kill crossfield by Trevor Reeser as he takes out D2. Yeah, nice shot, Trevor. It's a shot on former Ironman Brandon Cornell. Brian Cornell cut his teeth with the Ironman organization, then took the offer from Edmonton Impact a couple seasons ago. Fought through some shoulder injuries, but get taken out by Trevor Reeser. Now Trevor Reeser owns this 50. Rainey trying to figure it out. Yeah, Rainey's trying to go get him. Yeah. Love how Rainey Stans has been playing the game. Well, and the only reason Rainey has a chance to go get him is because Greg hasn't pushed up into the other 50 to put pressure back this way. Obviously, Trevor's putting pressure across the field, but we need pressure from the center over. Oh, and here comes Rainey. Wow. Well, 2 bodies come off as Keith Brown gets shot. Rainey gets shot. I like the move from Rainey to come and get Trevor. Trevor kind of put himself out there, and I think Impact's going to concede another point because they lost too many bodies. Yeah, 3-on-1 left. Yeah, so Greg Sewers, Damian Ryan, and Bobby Avila still alive for the Los Angeles Ironmen. And I think it was just Zane, lone player, left alive for Edmonton Impact. Would like to see Greg and Damian push up that drill side of the field, get a little more balance on the field. So we're looking at this play here, and here comes Trevor Reeser. He comes around, he gets the shot on JC, and he takes that spot. Yeah, sorry, that's Kyle Spicka. Yeah, that's Kyle. So Kyle Spicka came around, and then now Reeser onto the Impact side of the field, and here comes the problem. The problem with that is Reeser could see Rainey's shadow coming, so it's not like you're going to be able to catch him the wrong, catching and not looking, and you're going to trade. The shadows are going to get long this afternoon. We saw it this morning. So as those shadows continue to elongate, it's going to be real tough to start on the right-hand side of your screen where Tampa Bay Damage is. We're not quite there yet, but when we get into this last set with Impact and Boom and Damage and Ironman, before we get to that, it's going to be Heat Shock and X Factor Elevation.
Damage again loses their first player on the Snake side. They've lost a player early over there almost every point. They've got, Uprising's got that shot dialed in really, really well.
They've also got getting Olsevic into this 50 Snake dialed in too. I mean,
seem to have that dialed in as well.
He's been looking real good. He's probing for it right now. You can block out what's in front of you with that mini wall.
And he gets his G out of the center. There's only 3 damage players left alive. Oh, and the damage Snake player gets him.
Gets caught by Holiday, so just a little bit too much aggression there, but I'm not going to knock Olsevic too hard.
He made the spot. He got his kills. Now it's up to the next guy to do the same thing. Make your spot, get your kill, trust your partner.
And I love how the way they're playing, even though they're up 3 points on damage right now.
Yeah, and I'm surprised Damage doesn't have a little bit more urgency to get down this field with only 7.5 minutes left in this game, down by 3 points. It's a 4-on-3 right now. Damage was a little bit of a disadvantage.
Tommy Tucker on the inside at the wedge in the Snake. He was looking at Holiday, now looking inside.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to make I think he's going to try to make a move inside. I'm just not sure where the move is.
The one thing, though, is that somebody has to... Oh, okay, I was going to say, somebody has to keep a gun on Holiday, though, because there's no one out wide on the Snake side.
I don't even know where that shot came from, Matt. Somebody caught him from the other side of the field,
there's a couple guys over on that side. You got Borromeo over there.
Damage
and Olsen.
Yeah, Damage should concede this point. It's a 4-on-2 right now.
Yeah,
We've got 6:45 left.
Looks like Creek, Tucker, Olsen, and Borromeo still on the field here for Uprising. It is a 4-on-2. And now Borromeo is going to come out to help out Tucker.
Good lateral move out there. And Uprising now is in complete control. They just need to talk it out, stay alive, shoot their guns, allow Damage to burn up as much time as Damage wants to burn off this clock. 6:20 left. Uprising doesn't have to win this point. They just have to shoot their guns and stay alive.
They've definitely had some impressive, very impressive performances from some teams that are ranked a little bit lower than what we were. I mean, look at what Uprising is doing to damage right now. NYX went 2-0 today.
And that's the nice thing about aggressive paintball.
Thunder went 2-0.
The teams that aren't as good, no offense, the teams that are, better as individuals but not as good as a team, they can thrive in chaos, right?
Yeah.
And you can go out there and thrive in chaos and not have to be like, hey, we know that Impact's got such good teamwork. They've been playing together for so long. They have such good players that they can do all these things at all this high level. Chaos is chaos, man. You just go out there and wheel and deal and see what happens.
It's still paintball. It's just a different brand of paintball. It's the same teams, it's the same players, the same bunker set. It's on a grass field. Everyone's shooting the same balls per second.
Everyone's still going pew-pew.
It's just, I do like seeing these chaotic fields. It's incredibly entertaining to watch. It definitely gives players willing to run into the breach a little bit more of a chance to make something happen, and we saw that today.
It gets the lower teams a chance, too, to beat the bigger teams.
What you can see there, Damage is 74% favorite with Uprising, the underdog in that one, and the Ironmen, same thing here. So now the Ironmen up by 1. With a slight lead. There's still some time left, though. We've seen Impact have some huge come-from-behind victories, and they go real conservative.
Spick a Snake on the break.
Guns up on the break, and it does not produce any kills, though. So now they're going to have to get out. This is going to be tough here. So Impact, they go heavy guns up with a conservative breakout and don't take any ground, and then Keith Brown gets eaten up by Kyle Spica. It looks like Kyle Spica might be getting another one here.
And Rainey got out of the back center just on time because Kyle's gonna wrap the back center and kill him because there was 2 guys back there.
Kyle got to be careful though. He almost got shot in a gunfight here by his boy Mouse.
So Impact's down by 1 player, down by 1 point. Ironman played aggressively with 2 in the Snake 50. Impact's got 4 players left alive. 2 over here on the Snake side, 1 on the Dorito and 1 in the back center. The Ironman are probe and Kyle Spica's going back and forth, trying to look for an angle. Again, Greg Sewers is not, I'm assuming the game plan is push Snake, hold Dorito, but once the Snake gets established and they get in position like that, Greg should release and get up that Dorito side.
Rich, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but haven't we seen a lot of points won from that D side?
We have seen a lot of points. Carl Markowski was very clear that a lot of people are winning up that Dorito side of the field.
And why was NYX so successful? Because Rosati was dominating on that D side. Not the only reason, but one of the reasons.
And it's just so crucial that when you get to the 50 over here that you can capitalize on
Mouse is trying to come through and create something. He's able to come through and he gets a shot at Kyle Spica. Reese is going to have to deal with him. Reeser comes through and Reeser has to trade his body, but Mouse gets 2 for 1.
Yep, good move from Mouse, man. Great move.
Still 3 bodies left alive for the Ironmen and 3 bodies left alive now for Edmonton Impact. So that was a huge move by Alex Goldman.
Ironmen have their 3rd body in the Snake. Oh, who shot Bobby? Wow. Now Impact's got the advantage off that move from Mouse.
Tough death for Bobby Villas right there.
Yeah. Ironman down to 2 players left alive. Greg in the Dorito and Damian Ryan in the back center.
I think Alex just blew this game open.
Oh, for sure. For sure he did. Impact's now got a body advantage. Went from a disadvantage, having no one on the 50, and being down a body to being up on a body and having 2 in the 50, just by one big play by Mouse. Oh, Greg gets shot over there, leaving Damian in a 3-on-1 at home.
Yeah, so the Ironman just kind of getting beat in the game of angles here. As soon as you know when that happens sometimes? Like you have your angles, right?
Yeah.
You've set across the field, and all of a sudden one move comes through, so Mouse comes through.
They reset.
All of a sudden you reset the angles, and then the Ironman just got beat pretty bad here in that game of angles.
And in my opinion, I don't know if it was coaching or playing, but the Ironman should have been released to push up that Dorito side of the field. And I don't know if that was the game plan not to do it, or if Greg just couldn't go up there. But in my opinion, that's what hurt him that game plan. They had 2 on this 50 and nobody on that side of the field at all.
Rich, I absolutely agree. I do not know what was stopping them from getting up on that D side of the field. We know how powerful that side of the field can be. And they just squandered a lead because they let Alex Goldman, even though they had all the positions, cut through in an unconventional angle, goes to the tower. I don't even think we've seen that particular move yet.
No, I haven't.
But Goldman comes through. He gets a shot on Kyle Spica and then forces Reeser to deal with him, forces the trade, takes 2 for 1, and then some brilliant play by the rest of the players on Impact to close things out.
And had Reeser not done that, Mouse would have just released and got him anyway. And maybe gotten somebody else. So Reeser made, 100% made the right move.
But again, it's the player taking the initiative, playing aggressive, making that move. That has been the difference out here.
It's not a count fight field, right? It's just a fight field, no counter fighting.
Yeah. So we've seen so many points so far. It's been crazy. But that is blatantly apparent out here. You're not going to win playing defensive ball.
Man, who would have picked Damage to be down by 4 points in this game? 6 minutes left. Damage is playing aggressive now.
24% of the people out there.
not to have this big a score. They said to win. They didn't say to win by 4.
That is true.
Uprising losing 1 now on the Dorito side of the field. Off the play of, who's that in the 50 snake?
That is Jacob Edwards.
Nice. Jacob Edwards doing some work. Gets another kill.
Still some time.
Down to 3.
There's still some time left.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of time left.
Especially when Jacob Edwards is running down the field and just chalking up kills. They're also attacking on the D side as well, too. Jacob's going to come through and get another one. No, but still untouched. Jacob Edwards might have just got a 3-pack there, I think.
Yep.
Nice work by Chad Bougere to follow up Jacob on that D side of the field, really helping things out. You know, when I talked to Chad Bougere, he was talking about how, he's really taking this a lot more seriously, kind of refound his love for the game, dropped about 20 pounds, said he got up to about, I want to say he was at 210, maybe 205. Now he's down to 180 again and found his burst speed. So
yeah, which doesn't sound like a lot, but he's only 4 feet tall. So yeah, again, Damage won that point, and how did they win that point?
By going forward.
By going aggressive, right? A guy going to the 50 snake and shooting 4 dudes. Right now, there's a really clear game plan that teams have been putting out, and it's either get to the snake 50 or the Dorito 50 and shoot a lot of people. And if that guy dies, the second guy does that, and repeat. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, Jacob Edwards, again, really blowing things open there with the help of Chad Bougere.
Like to see the Ironman get up that Dorito side of the field and the snake side of the field. I'd like to see Impact take a little bit more of an aggressive breakout.
Well,
I don't want to see 5 across the back
Impact has
again.
done a real good job of coming back this year. They've done it multiple times.
Yeah.
And so, when they are forced to play aggressive, they let that lion out, man, and
they got the bodies, man. They got the bodies and the wheels.
So now, Alex Goldman at the 50, wrapping around, and again, the Ironmen let Impact beat them to the punch. They play aggressive. Now they're trying to gunfight out of their spots, and it looks like Kyle Spica. Oh, I thought for a second he lost the gunfight.
Too. Yeah.
Kyle Spica asking for a check on Alex Goldman, who's going to switch sides and now get a free kill, maybe cross field.
He might have just caught Greg.
Greg, got to play tighter than that, man.
Wow. Greg's head was all the way out of that bunker. Greg just got super lucky.
Oh, there goes the death, though, and a minor penalty.
That's the one Spica was calling
Spica
earlier.
did get a shot on Alex Goldman. He played on. Keith comes off. He gets shot.
Decision.
But then Nick Laval also gets pulled for the penalty. So 3 bodies come off on that 1 kill from, or not 1 kill, but, and then it looks like Dalton's going to catch one too. So all of a sudden the Ironmen reassert themselves here.
Well, and Spica's talking to the ref about it right now, like, hey, you shot right there and you called a penalty, right? Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, I got a little bit of a gift with the penalty, but that gift came courtesy of a nice snapshot by Kyle Spica. He got a little lucky, too, because he almost got shot in there. But, hey, that's baseball, man.
But Mouse made a mistake there, right?
Yes.
Like, you got to
He made a selfish mistake.
Exactly.
And he knows that, too. But yeah, selfish mistake by
Staying on.
by Alex Goldman. If he had
playing,
just come off,
yeah, he's playing too good to have to do that,
because
right?
Keith was right there.
Yep.
If he had come off and forced Keith to go in there, maybe Keith wouldn't have got shot out of that spot. Nick Laval definitely wouldn't have died because he got pulled on the penalty.
See if Damage can come strong again. Again, everyone's winning through this snake side of the field.
It is a good look for the Ironmen that they're going blow for blow with the best team in the world.
Yep.
Snake shooter!
Got to give him confidence. And there may be a snake shooter.
Maybe.
Good breakout, Uprising. They take snake 1 and all the way to the Dorito 50 on the break. That's not going to be good for Damage.
Yeah, it looks like Creek able to make it.
Yeah, Damage loses their first player from the snake corner, getting pressure across from that 50 Dorito side. Yeah, now they're in both 50s.
Jacob Edwards taking the early walk here for Tampa Bay Damage. Looks like they're going to lose Spence, too.
Only a little under 5 minutes left in this match. Damage is going to probably drop this point, making it a 6-2 match, 4 points left alive.
A little bit of a sloppy death here from Matty Olsvik.
Yeah.
Damage fills into the snake with Derula.
The funky Rula.
Looks like Tommy Tucker also in Snake 1, so these teams are mirrored up here in the Snake, and Derula on your screen starts his crawl.
3-on-3 or 4-on-3 with Uprising having 1 on the 50. That's right, 4-on-3.
Oh, Derula might have caught one crossfield. He did. Yeah, definitely just got shot in his head. Did not get small enough in that spot, so getting pinched out.
Great crossfield shot there. Damage down, just 2 players left alive, 1 in the center and 1 in Dorito 1.
That forces Damage to concede the point, and that is going to give Uprising a pretty commanding lead here.
That's a big one. Come Ironman and Impact. I want to see Impact just cut it loose. You know what I mean? Just, hey, you know, guys, go have some fun. Go as far as you can, get as crazy as you want to get it crazy.
Well, they definitely had the ground in that last one. If it wasn't for Goldman getting shot in that snapshot by Kyle Spica and then playing on.
It was one of those two when Kyle called it. I looked and I didn't see anything, but I could tell Kyle knew that he, or at least
it was
thought
also
he
a little suspicious
because Kyle looked like he got shot.
Well, that and
mouse switch
side. So that's sometimes a tell right there.
You know, I'm not looking that way anymore.
Yeah,
people shooting over there,
especially if it's like a barrel hit from that side, and then you just
what?
Go to the other side. Not that we would know anything about that, but.
Both teams snake on the break for Impact and Dorito. Big. That's Impact's most aggressive breakout so far. They lose 1 on the Dorito side of the field. 4 and 5 advantage to Ironmen.
Kyle Spica in a little bit better field position right now than Alex Goldman as he's in Snake 2.
Yeah, you know, I'm not up for guys stopping in Snake 1 or Snake 2 though. Just get to that 50, man. Just giddy up and get in there. There you go. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, so he's going to get in there as the move being made inside. I think that is Laval. And so Laval is going to crawl in there and not shoot his gun yet, so nobody knows that he's in there. There is a body that has come off for Edmonton Impact, so they are down to 4 players. Neither Spica nor Laval has shot his gun. And Spica is pointing but not yelling. That's also pretty smart. And Spica is about to get bunkered out by Nick Laval. Nobody picks up Nick Laval. Nick Laval, again, the aggressor, gets in there and takes out his opponent.
He got Damien, though, too.
See, again, the 2-pack comes from an aggressive move on the most important bunker in the game.
But the Ironman Impact fill it.
And then he's going to come around. That might be a penalty on Keith Brown.
That was a big spin.
I'm really surprised that is not a penalty on Keith.
That was a huge spin, man. Wow.
But they're going to give that other kill, though. And now here comes Goldman coming off, and he's screaming at the refs, too. And it looks like also a body coming off. Yeah, Justin. So
Greg's left alive, and there's 2 Ironmen left alive.
Yeah, that's just a 2-point lead for the Ironmen right now, and there's only 45 seconds left, I think, in this match.
Wow,
I would like to see the replay. I'd like to see this replay here.
I don't think Keith did it like bad intention. I think he was just startled and spun around and tried to defend himself.
Which happens, and this is kind of why I feel in practice it's good to call penalties like that occasionally, because then it burns that out of you.
For sure.
And yeah, sure, you get startled, but let's look at this. So there's Keith Brown. No, this is the first one. So this is this beautiful move by Nick Laval. Comes through, gets 1, gets 2. I'll take that any day. And then here's the next one. So let's see if we can see the spin from Keith. Keith has no idea he's there.
What?
Yeah, I mean, that's about as bad of a spin
and not
as you
one flag.
Possibly can. But he didn't shoot his gun, I don't think, and I think that's why he didn't get a penalty. But you're not going to see a spin.
Maybe.
Nah, I don't think he shot his gun. Yeah, he did not shoot his gun. That's why he didn't get a penalty.
Good on you, Keith. Good on you, buddy.
Hey, Keith, sorry. I thought for a second. I mean, that was a bad spin, Keith, but you didn't shoot your gun.
I think he shot it. Good breakout from both of these teams. Damage and Uprising. 5 on 5. Damage taking the 50 snake early. Bunkering out nobody.
Hey,
but I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, Silos Cortez. We've been waiting to see this from Silos. We haven't really seen him do
and
this
he gets
yet.
the kill. Gets the kill in the cross tower. Now he's putting pressure on that cross can. I don't think Olsen has any idea he's got a guy one bunker in front of him shooting out his whole entire team.
So here comes the move right now. Tommy Tucker runs down Silos. Silos might have spun there. Nope, looks like a clean trade.
Damage with 3 left alive.
And here comes Jarula.
Uprising down to 2. 3 minutes left in this match. 4-point game. Uprising hanging tough, down by 1 body. Still pushing on that drill side of the field.
Well, they got a pretty massive 4-point lead here with 3 minutes and 6 seconds left to go. Maybe see our next upset of the day here. We've already seen 2 huge upsets with Thunder taking down Dynasty and NYX taking down X Factor.
Well, that Ironman Impact game might be an upset too.
2-point lead with 45 seconds left. I mean, it's Impact, so I am not going to say a word until. But yeah, it is definitely
is a word just to be.
I'm just saying, Impact still has a chance. I know it's a 2-point lead. It's only 45 seconds, but it's Edmonton Impact.
Enough said. Bird's the word. Impact, Ironman, Uprising, Damage. Damage having a tough time with these last 2 Uprising players.
Yeah, Drula trying to break this cross right now.
That was a great move.
With Jason. Yeah, Drula crossed.
That was an incredible move by Drula.
And he forces Arnold to come get him. Trades out with him. That leads Jason in a 2-on-1. Oh, but they lose Tim on Tresser. Oh. So now I'm going to have a one-on-one situation.
One-on-one.
We've seen a decent amount of one-on-ones today, but they don't go long.
Right.
Everyone's getting either their kill or their gunfight loss. Yeah, within the first couple engagements. Yeah. So big Jason Edwards wins his one-on-one, and we have seen Jason Edwards win a lot of one-on-ones over the years.
And the Uprising player probably shouldn't have been out gunfighting there so much, right?
But
up by 4 points, you just want to burn that clock, right?
I couldn't agree more. But I think this is Jason's second one-on-one we've seen, and I think he lost the first one. I may be wrong, but that's it. So hey, way to get it back right there. So you can see on your screen as Uprising with a pretty substantial lead still on Damage, though there is some time left. Game's not over yet. Looking like that could be an upset. And then the Ironmen up by 2 on Edmonton Impact. So if you guys picked Ironmen and Uprising, and if you also picked Thunder and NYX, you're looking pretty good.
You're looking pretty good.
You're looking pretty good to win some guns.
I'm going to send you a gun right now. I'm going to send you a gun. You hold on to it. If you don't win, send it back.
And also remember you can play Fantasy on Sunday now. Brand new feature from My Fan Wagon is the Sunday Club. And as soon as we know the brackets for Sunday, you can make those picks, and you can win the new undisclosed gun from GI Sports. On the breakout, can Edmonton Impact summon the spirit yet
All
again?
5 guys
come
from 50.
behind
I love
victory.
it.
And here comes Justin Cornell. Ironman trying to contain the aggression. They take out Goldman. They take out Cornell. Player still alive for Edmonton Impact as they are pushing on that D side and in the center. I don't think anyone's come off with Ironman yet. There goes their first body. Damian Ryan still alive. Here comes, I think it's Brandon Cornell and Justin Rabakoff, with just 23 seconds left to go, and Ironman players are dying left and right, and I think Justin Rabakoff is going to do it again. Justin Rabakoff able to pull within 1. We have seen Justin pull off legendary come from behind victories back when he was with the Russians here in Chicago, and he is able to do it yet again. It's still not a victory. They still have 1 point away.
It's a small victory.
It's definitely it's a point victory.
Yeah.
But Edmonton Impact, time and time again, they are just unstoppable trying to come from behind, but they still have 1 more point.
But going back to what we were saying earlier, I would have loved to see Impact start the match like that. And then if that doesn't work, slow down a little bit, zone up a little bit, but start the match ramming it down their throat.
I feel like we talk about this almost every single event, but it's just a lower percentage play. So you see, look at everyone just cannonballing up the field. Staggered attacks. Here comes the first one through. It's Justin Cornell. I could see that was, I think that was, well, JC got picked off. I think Goldman got picked off too, but here comes Justin Rabakoff cutting through the center. Bobby Villas is trying to keep him from attacking. He's not able to do it. Looks like, I think, Brandon Cornell over there as well too. And here comes Justin. He picks the right route. Dices up, Trevor Reeser on his head, leans in and hits that buzzer. There's a reason why Justin Rabakoff is sitting at the top of the Top Gun leaderboard right now, and it's because of moves like that.
It's pretty good at the paintball. Uprising Damage, a little bit less than 2 minutes, 3-point game.
Yeah.
Damage loses their first player attacking on the snake side of the field. That's going to hurt him a little bit. But they attack with the second guy now on the snake side of the field. Uprising with all 5 players left alive. Damage down 1 player, now Damage down 2 players, losing their Snake 50 player. 3-on-5 situation, Damage down on points, trying to push up that real side of the field. Jason Edwards looking to move from Snake 1 and maybe into that 50 Snake.
Matty Olsvik just kind of tripped a little bit trying to get from Snake 2 to Snake 3 and got clipped in that open gap. So he's going to be forced to walk off. But then Jacob Edwards leaves his pack out a little bit too much, and he gets stitched up by Tucker.
Yeah, a little sloppy there. I was kind of surprised.
Tucker's playing some real good paintball in 2018.
Yeah. Damage down to just 2 players left alive, both of them on the Dorito side of the field, allowing Tucker to go right to that 50 Snake, wrap and put pressure on the Dorito corner, and wrap all the way across and shoot, I think, Tim out of that other 50 on the Dorito side of the field. Tim's shaking his head kind of disgusted right now. Damage player in the corner. I don't think his gun is working because he's just sitting there waving his gun.
Yeah, I think that is Tim Montresor, last player left alive. 4 damage in that back bunker as Chad Bouzier coming off dead. So Uprising continuing to play stellar out here against Tampa Bay Damage. You know, they have one more game today against the Ironmen. That's going to be a good one to watch because we're going to get the best out of Damage. And the Ironmen are about, I think, 17 seconds away from taking the victory here against Impact. But again, it's Edmonton Impact. So look for red flags. A red flag means an immediate point. Look for Justin Rabikoff, our Top Gun leader right now, to do what Justin Rabikoff does. It's unbelievable how time and time again, not only Impact, but Justin Rabikoff specifically, somehow finds a way to cut through the field untouched. It's just uncanny. It really is.
It's a big win for the Ironmen if they can pull this off.
If they can pull this off, this would be a gigantic upset. So very tense moments here. We're looking in the pits with Todd Martinez and Nikki and Fran as support staff. Probably looking here, like thinking, okay, boys, just hold on for 17 seconds. 17 seconds is absolutely enough time to score a point. Do not doubt that. There are the Los Angeles Ironmen, the Die Factory team.
I don't think I've seen Kyle get shot once early on the break.
Kyle's been doing real well.
Yeah, I think I sent him that.
So 50. It looks like there's Justin Rabikoff right there. Justin Rabikoff is not out on the field.
It's tough playing those back-to-backs when you're running through the middle
especially when you're doing that. Yeah. So you want fresh legs out there. I get that. But if you could have Justin out there, that would be great. But it's a little asking maybe a little too much. But hey,
I would have made him go out.
You got Laval, you got Justin Cornell, you got Brandon Cornell.
You got plenty of leaders out there.
Vanderbilt's out there. And I can't see who the other person is. They're blocked out from the cam. We're going to find out in just a second. And it's Mouse, fastest player in the league. And here they come, Edmonton Impact. Can they tie this up and send it to overtime?
Damian Ryan shot on the break.
Just 10 seconds left to go. And here comes Edmonton Impact. They get 3 players still alive. And here comes the attack up the center of the field.
Wow,
and Brandon Cornell.
So close.
Not able to do it. So the Ironmen able to upset Edmonton Impact here. And I don't want to say I called it, Rich.
I think you called it, Matt.
I just felt that that Ironmen were potentially ready.
Stylistically, this is good field for them.
Yeah, stylistically, it's good field. Obviously, it's a good field for Impact, too. They're going to be good on every field they could be playing. It doesn't matter what field it's going to be. It's Edmonton Impact's. You're looking here on the replay. But just felt the Ironmen, if they could get past Impact, they still have a lot more paintball left to play. They got to get through Damage. I hope they don't, just think, oh, we just beat Impact. That's it. We're going to be good to go. But this was a very big statement right here, as Impact does not lose many games, period, ever. Especially on Sunday, but even in the prelims, they have only lost a couple games all year long. And right now, Ironman just made them put up another loss.
And the only thing I think the Ironman can do to improve that last match is get a little bit more pressure on that Dorito side of the field.
10 seconds.
Follow up the great snake play with a little bit more Dorito pressure. Uprising here, up by 4 points against Damage, 50 seconds left.
I do agree with you on that point for the Ironman.
It'll just make it even better.
There's a lot of, maybe it's some bounce. I know there's some bounce shots over there on that D side. That might have been what was slowing them down. Everyone's going to be doing it. Uprising with the 4-point lead, just 37 seconds left to go to see if we can have yet another upset. I mean, this is going to be, I think, our 4th upset victory here.
Great move.
Silos Cortez.
Cortez had feasting.
Coming through. And he's going to put one up there.
There's still going to be enough time to get another point. Ring the bell. 19, 20, 18. Hit it. Hit it. 15, 14. Come on, man.
So nice point by Silos Cortez.
Yeah, great move down this tape.
Young, up-and-coming snake player for Tampa Bay Damage, and they need him. They really need him to play like that on a more frequent basis, because it can't just be Jason Edwards over here.
Yeah.
Though Dan Holiday looked pretty good in a couple points, too.
And he looked fast.
He did. Well, Dan Holiday has, I remember when it was the whole Carl Markowski versus Mouse conversation, who's the fastest guy. I'd still like to see that race again, though they have raced, and Mouse, I think, did beat Carl by about a half step, maybe a quarter step, but still.
Well, they're both the same speed, but because Mouse's legs are twice as long, he got there first.
But Dan Holiday hit me up after that, and he's like, I want in this race.
I want some.
I come from that old school Southern speed, telling stories about... He was telling stories about his pops. He's like, pops would show up.
Running down deer in the woods.
Well, he said his pops would show up at the track smoking cigs. All right, boys, let's race. Put a lit cigarette down, smoke all the kids in the race, and then come back, pick a cigarette up, and be like, I told you, I still got it.
You remember the old redneck at my place that would race, outrun everybody with a smoke and a dip in his mouth? Just same thing. You want me to hold your cigarette? No, it's fine. I got it. Ready to go. Tim.
Yeah, so, hey, man, thank you guys so much for joining us here on GoSports.com. We got a lot more of this coming at you all day tomorrow, but do not go anywhere. Still 2 sets remain and still a little bit left of this Tampa Bay Damage Uprising match. And also remember to get your picks in. I've been talking about it. I'm going to continue to talk about it. It's a new feature for My Fan Wagon. Finally, you can play some fantasy paintball on Sundays. I'm a big fan of fantasy sports. I love playing fantasy sports, and it's just really cool. So after Saturday, you're going to be able to make your picks. So after we figure out who's going to be playing on Sunday, you can go make your picks here in the Sunday Club. And the prize, just specifically for the Sunday Club, is the brand new undisclosed GI Sports gun. You're going to get it at Cup.
It's the only place you can get it.
Everyone else is going to get it in 2019. So definitely want to sign up for the VIP for My Fan Wagon. And also, this is a real fun field to watch, so help us across your social media networks and let everybody know the best paintball players on planet Earth are throwing down on one of the craziest fields we've seen in years. All these upsets so far today. We have no idea who's going to win this tournament. That's a huge question right now.
Yeah. I've only watched a few matches, but Houston Heat looks like, out of all the teams I've seen, they seem the most dominant.
So,
Damage put a lot of pressure on, but it was a little bit too late.
So 2 upsets here to go with the other upsets, with Thunder taking down Dynasty, and also the big win for NYX. NYX going 2-0 today. Thunder going 2-0 today. Uprising going 2-0. The Ironmen taking down Impact. Heat, I think, looks the best out of everyone. They're coming up taking on Shock next, who actually looked really good against NYX. Also, X Factor is going to be out for blood against Elevation. So stick with us here at GoSports.com. We're going to be right back. I'm Matty Marshall with Rich Telford. We'll see you in just a few.